Okay, I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Littleton Historical Commission, September 10th, 2026. We have a quorum. And the first agenda item, it will be discussing the possibility of the commission supporting a July 4th, 2026 picnic that is potentially going to be organized, and we have Andrew Bowers to talk about that.
All right, you ready for me to go ahead?
Yep.
I'll introduce myself by saying I'm John Bowers' son. So John was, of course, a member of the commission for a long time. And the reason I was interested in proposing 4th of July town picnic is because for many years, when I was on the cultural council, I ran the 4th of July town picnic. And rather than, allow the date to slip by, I thought it'd be really nice to do a one-off town picnic again, with many of the same components. And I guess just also to add to my CV, I was on the town picnic committee for the Littleton 300th, so had a lot of experience with town picnics. I would propose, a somewhat modest town picnic, not the size of the 300th, and more in keeping with, what I'm capable of running, which is at Fay Park. We try to get some entertainment. We try to get the Littleton Rotary to pay for the entertainment. So I'm here not to get money, but to get support and assistance dealing with the town, rather than just going to the various town boards like the Park and Rec to get Fay Park and the police department to just alert them, that sort of thing. It would be much better to say, on the behalf of the historical commission, that I'm approaching you. So that's why I'm starting here.
So you would approach them on our behalf, or you would want us to approach them?
That's something we could discuss.
Okay, yeah.
And, whatever people are most comfortable with. But certainly I'd be more comfortable having the backing of the historical commission than just acting on my own. And it seemed to make sense to go to the commission because, this is the 250th anniversary of the founding of America. So I don't know how many of my ideas you want to hear. I can tell you what a typical town picnic has been, if that's something you're interested in.
Sure.
All right, then we usually start off the occasion with ringing the church bells. That was looked into this year and was set to go, but with the last minute nature of plans, nothing came of that. But that's all set up for next year. So the Unitarian Church and the Congregational Church bells would be rung. And one of the things about getting entertainment is that we can ask them to set up early and be able to use their sound system to make announcements. Typically, we'd ask someone from the select board to speak briefly, someone here to speak briefly, and if
Someone from here?
yeah, because if you're supporting it, if it's coming from you, I think you have the right to be visible at the occasion. And then if we have money from the Rotary, someone from the Rotary to speak as well. Another typical thing would be children's games. We have a sack race, things like that. In the past, we've approached the fire department to set up a sprinkler for the children if it's a beastly hot day. And then, of course, the main draw being the fact that we have, musical entertainment from the gazebo at Fay Park. People would bring their own lunches, so we would not be producing food. We did that once and swore we would never do it again.
So somehow you would have advertising that would let people know.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's going to be a big component of putting together the picnic. Years ago, we had a town paper and that's of course gone the way of the dinosaur. So we need to brainstorm about getting the word out. The 4th of July is on a Saturday. I can tell you from experience that when the holiday is on a weekend, attendance is not as good as it might be because a lot of people go away. But still, I think with enough publicity and right publicity, we could get, a lot of people. And also, we could look back and say, well, we did our part to celebrate, the 250th. I can tell you in the past, the Globe has been good about, doing things, like what's up for the 4th of July and, be listed in that.
And just while I'm thinking
Sure.
of it, the Mass 250 website, they put up local events. They
Right.
did that for Patriots
Right.
Day.
And
They're
that-
starting to do it for this.
And that is Mass what again?
I think it's called Mass 250.
Mass 250.
I think so. Yeah,
Is it
MA
mass-
250?
I don't know. I think that's what it is. Anyone else know?
No, that's good to know. Let me just look over. We've been in touch with the Historical Society, who are also planning an event, and it seems that we're not going to impinge on each other. That they're looking to do something in the late morning, and we generally start around noon. And in some ways, it's a nice continuation that people could start at the Historical Society and then simply move to Fay Park. But they, I'm sure, can tell you more about that than I can.
Wouldn't it make sense to sort of integrate the two things when we, for the Patriots Day this time, the society and the commission kind of work together to have a unified event, and I think
I think to a certain degree we should, because, we should share where we're doing publicity and perhaps make each other part of our publicity. I approached the society about staying open during the picnic, and that didn't seem to be possible because of the need to have 2 people on site, and it's difficult to get volunteers on the 4th of July.
Well, I had kind of thought that people would be, at that point, would have moved over to the park. And,
Well, and if the cannon's not going to be there, I mean, I don't know if you've heard about that.
I think she said the cannon is gonna be there.
Yeah, no, I mean, not gonna be there in the afternoon.
I asked-
during the picnic.
Oh.
because I didn't know about the picnic, when I asked for the cannon, I asked if we could just have it for the morning, because we had planned to do something in the morning that was, maybe some poetry and reading of the Declaration of Independence, and perhaps some songs and a speech or something. But the focal point was going to be the Asa Lawrence cannon, which will be coming from Groton. So I asked if we could have it for the morning.
Are they gonna shoot off the cannon?
I don't know.
I don't think
the
so.
answer is no. I heard somebody talking about it and they said no.
I don't think it's,
I didn't ask, but so that was kind of what we had planned, and then, Andrew told me about, the picnic part, and I just kind of thought, well, then it was a segue that we would start this, then maybe the church bells would ring after that, and people could move over to the park.
that sound,
No, that sounds
Yeah.
fine. What I was thinking was during the picnic, if they could keep the cannon, people could sort of, just taxi back and forth, since they're, in such close proximity. That way, more people would get exposure to the Historical Society.
Well, I can ask them if I can have it for the whole day.
Cause they have to stay there too.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
they have to be
Well, they
there.
have to be there. too.
Yeah.
They stay with the
Yeah.
cannon.
Wow, that's a long day,
So
but
yeah.
Whose
Right.
cannon is it?
It belongs, well, it's unclear who it belongs to. It's the, someone in Groton, her husband, Earl Carter, found the cannon buried, and I'm not sure where he found the cannon buried, but it was, Asa Lawrence was a soldier from Groton, and the cannon is actually a British war cannon. And it's kind of a big deal cannon because it's been living underground it was buried for the last 250 years, and it's, you know, been basically preserved. And it's, he's cleaned it up and everything. He made a cart for it to ride on, and it, you know, that's historically, accurate. And, so apparently last year they were letting it, people could borrow it. It was in Boston for a while, and it made the rounds. And so they, you know, keep a tight rein on it, as they should. And they travel with it and will talk about it. And, Carolyn and I happened to be in the right place at the right time and met the woman who has the cannon. And, she, you know, said we could borrow it. So,
All right, well, we can, you know, these details can be worked out later, but
Okay.
it all sounds fine. So we should decide if this is something we want to support and.
Yeah, without going into the details.
Right.
We
yeah.
can quibble about these
Right,
things,
right.
and I'm a great quibbler, so I should shut up and,
So we can vote on whether we want to support it. One thing I'd want to say, if we do support it, we probably don't want to play a huge role in organizing it. I think I can speak for most of us, these are new members, but we're kind of burned out from the April 19th of this year. We put a lot of work into that and a lot of time. So if we could just be supportive, you know, maybe contact a couple of other town groups.
Sure. I don't wanna, you know, undersell myself, but at this point, it's fairly cookie cutter
Good,
because, you know, I've had so much experience putting this thing together.
great.
One of the things I'd like to do as soon as possible is if you vote to support the town picnic, is to approach Molly Flannery, who's played several times at the town picnic and continues to perform. Molly's a local performer, has contacts with all kinds of people, and work with her in a fairly timely fashion, because if we want money from the Cultural Council, their deadline's coming up next month. So that's probably the most critical thing right now.
Okay, and you want us to be part of that?
No, I
No.
just, again, don't want to move ahead and do that without your approval.
Okay, got it. Okay. Any comments from anyone on the commission about the?
I remember puppet shows, Andy. You
Puppet shows were at the Unitarian Church Fair,
oh,
so no puppet shows at the town picnic.
no puppet shows at
No, I don't remember
at
any.
the picnic. I seem to remember puppet shows at the picnic, but I could be wrong.
no, it was at the fair.
All I remember is you were involved in puppet shows.
Yes, so.
But maybe it's a different occasion.
Any comments? Any thoughts? No?
I think we should support it. I think it's,
Any
It's a good
further comments
idea.
from the society on this, either event? No?
No, I mean, I think we support it all too, so we'll do our thing and kind of try to meld together a little bit, but.
Okay, so I guess.
I move the Littleton Historical Commission supports Andrew Bauer's proposal for a town picnic on the 300th anniversary of 200th anniversary. 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence this coming July.
For 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so
That's great. I appreciate it very much.
let us know if you need anything in the meantime.
Right. And we can meet on an as-need basis. As things develop, I'll contact Linda.
Sure.
And if you think it's a good idea for me to come back and report in person, we'll be happy to do that.
Sounds good.
At some point, probably, yes, probably not right away.
Right.
Okay.
Super. Well,
Yeah,
again,
keep us
thank you.
posted and how things go with the cultural council, funding and all that.
Right,
Yeah.
like I said, that's coming up fairly immediate, so I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Great.
Although I have to say their process extends all the way to the end of the year.
I
So
see.
we have to have the application in by next month, and then we won't hear officially until the end of December, even beginning of January.
How much will you ask for?
I'm gonna talk to Molly about that.
Oh.
And the Rotary has generally been good for $1,000 or more. They've been very forthcoming, you know, really good people. So, I think with the history, they'd be willing to do that again. So if the money is not forthcoming from cultural council, then I think we can count on, Rotary for that. So, again, I don't foresee any expense on the part of the town.
Sounds good to us.
Right.
The entertainment part would be what?
Right now, I want to contact Molly Flannery. Like I say, she's, very talented, very good, local, performer.
What does she do?
What does she do?
She sings and plays many instruments and basically has this wide group of friends who can join her. So instead of just Molly, we probably end up, with a trio or quartet. And she does everything from, jazz to popular music to, lots of genre, so whatever's appropriate for the occasion, she's generally up to it.
Sounds good. Okay, well, thanks, thanks, guys, women.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello. So we just finished talking about the town picnic.
Okay.
And the commission voted to support it. They're not asking us for money, just basically support and maybe do a couple of other town committees. That's all we've done so far.
Okay.
So, 12 Robinson Road, you have a house sign for us?
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Oh,
That's it. That's great.
good. That looks very nice. Thank you. It's very nice to me.
Long as it's correct.
I think it's correct.
Every once in a while, like,
Looks very
I
good.
get this and it's like,
How many Kimball houses are there?
There's a-
Carol, you're-
Yeah, there were quite a few when I did the talk on the Kimballs. There's a lot that are still standing.
just realized that.
Hager Homestead was the preeminent Kimball house, but
Mm.
that's now Hager Homestead, so.
Hmm. Any comments, Rachel?
No, it looks great.
She would be the one to find something.
Carolyn.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's great.
I think it looks great.
Awesome. They have all the
Very nice, Chris.
screws and everything for it to be put up. So
What was it? This is cedar?
Yep.
Great. And you think the paint will stand up for a while?
yeah, I think it'll last a long time.
Looks really nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you have the screws and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know who wants it or. who gets it.
Well, we have to figure out the logistics. I have, speaking of 12 Robinson, I did send that letter to the homeowner. There's one new homeowner. I also sent it to Joe Cataldo, who's now the landlord of the other unit. I heard back from the new owner. He was supportive of what we're doing. He's totally supportive of the house sign. He will meet with us for an informational meeting, but he can't meet with us until he's busy, so he can't meet with us for an informational meeting until mid to late October. So not all of us have to go to that. I was, just one or two of us, but then I was thinking it might be, if you're available, it might be interesting for you guys to come to, to get a feel of, because we've never done this either. This is our first preservation restriction.
Mm.
So it would be interesting to see, what's been preserved and how it should be preserved going forward. So whoever wants to come can come. Not everyone, I don't think, needs to come. So I'll let you know when that's set up, but he's not available till mid to late October. So I will contact, so the house sign is gonna go on the house. I think, well, as opposed to the barn.
Oh.
I think, right? I think that makes both sense. Does everybody agree?
Mhm.
I think, I'm a little confused whether this new owner is the barn or the house. So I have to figure that out. So whoever's whether he's the owner, do you know?
I think it's the barn, because wasn't it the house was the one that didn't sell for the one?
I think so. So if that's, I'll figure that out. But if Joe has the barn, I mean the house, sorry, if Joe has the house, we need to work with Joe to get the sign put on the house. So,
Are our new people familiar with sort of who Joe is and the whole story here?
I know that I'm assuming of Cataldo's.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, I mean, is there more to
Can
the
you give
story?
give a brief synopsis?
The Historical Commission bought the house there
Well,
as
the CPC, yeah, anyway, go ahead. Go
through
ahead.
CPC funding, but
Yeah.
it was the Historical Commission for the town bought the house. We hoped that we would be able to get somebody to do a museum there, but that fell through. And so, after a bidding process where there were two potential owners, the, house was sold, the house in the barn was sold to Joe Cataldo, who then, developed the house and barn into 2 units and built another 2 units in the rear. As a condition of the purchase, the new owners are required to follow a very
Yeah.
substantial series of preservation restrictions. And so this meeting would be to tell them what these preservation restrictions are.
I mean, he has a copy because it's a part of his deed, but we want to make sure that he understands how he has to, what he has to do, can do, can't do.
Mhm.
Major changes have to go through this commission, minor ones don't. So, yeah,
So we want to have a meeting to make sure that everybody knows it, and it's probably a good thing to, we got this. We're involved in this, so it's probably good for the commission to meet with the owner.
Sure.
Great.
so, okay, great. So I put town meeting on here, which is October 28th, is that correct? I think so. I put it down in case.
One more.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't think of that one more. No, look it up in the age group said. We had talked about, and I think we should be doing more of this because it's a positive kind of thing.
Yeah.
We had talked about giving some kind of preservation award to Joe Cataldo for having taken made a big effort to, preserve the house. I don't think we've pursued it any further, but I think we all agreed that we wanted to do that, didn't we? Or maybe not, I don't know.
I don't know if we really discussed it. Anybody have thoughts?
We certainly discussed it briefly, I don't remember.
Discussing it at one point, I don't know that we made any, it was sort of I feel like it was a bit of a throwaway. In be like, oh, we should do this, like we've talked about doing the awards in the past. I don't think that there's ever really a great candidate for it. I do think that this is, he took it on, he worked well with Shanti, and I think we're all very appreciative that the house and the barn especially got saved. So we never really worked out the parameters for what awards would be or what, would kind of entail, whether it's just a certificate that we get made up.
Yeah, I think we did decide it would be a certificate, and you had expressed some
Andrew and others
willingness
to
to
deal
do
with
it.
it, but there
Do
was
what?
never anyone.
Make a certificate.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I
She's
certainly-
always a good designer.
Yeah, I can certainly do that.
Well, I think we
Yeah.
have to either vote on it or come to some agreement. I don't know if we ever did that.
Yeah.
You guys.
That's fine with me.
uh,
Is that something that would continue from year to year? Is that so we talked about that of doing annual awards and trying to find projects and people in town to award awards, like if we had a ceremony, several things,
Right.
categories, things like that. I think it was we just never did it basically, and we never really had anyone that we felt really met, who we'd want to give award to. So we just never did it, but it's always been on the table. We've definitely, I don't know that we've ever voted whether or not we would happen or.
I seem to remember it sort of becoming something we ought to do, and we
Yeah,
sort of decided this was something we would do, and then we never.
collectively, yes, it was decided that we would do it. It was a good idea. It just never happened.
Yeah.
If that.
Well, it's even something in the future to maybe even take something off of your plate. You could
Excuse me?
To take something off of everyone's plate here, you could kind of ask for nominations for, I'm sure
Yeah.
there are people around who, you know, do things that, you know, to
Right.
even their own houses that they're not.
Yeah.
They don't really advertise, and that would kind of keep you from having to like hunt down who's.
I like the idea because people always think of historical commissions as people saying no and being nasty. And this would be people saying yes and being positive, and anything we can do that's positive to, you know, to counteract the unfortunate thing that we sometimes have to be nasty, I would be in favor of. So I would like to see us do that. And Joe is, you know, he's a fairly prominent figure in the community, and you know, I think he's somebody that would be worth giving to, though there are other people around that would be as well. But
Sound okay to you guys?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it sounds fine to me. I might talk to Shanti about it, see if she has any specific thoughts about what, I don't know, what it could say, the certificate or something. What the award would be about exactly, but no, that sounds fine to me. Everybody's in agreement? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I think,
Yeah.
I think I have one from a long time ago. What you got, what
Yeah.
the commission said, it's really simple.
Could you like
Yeah.
snap pictures of it?
Yeah, yeah.
Do we need like, I think we never really came up with like a name or, you know, like what, or categories, like, is this gonna be under a category, like, are we, how are we just being like, good job?
That's a good question. Yeah. Any thoughts? Your
A
community.
category under, within like preservation award, or would preservation award be one of the categories, do you mean? Right, I mean, or is
Yeah.
it very open-ended of like, we give a preservation award and it's sort of like. Do you feel that, I mean, I wouldn't know, do you feel that there are enough candidates from year to year to like give more than one award consistently? That's a really good question. I mean, I think if, as you said, like getting nominations, we certainly never did that. It was kind of on us to like think of some people, or, you know, maybe you had some suggestions. I think Donna had one time that house near you, because they'd done a good job of redoing it. I think it was more the idea of like building and protecting, right? So preservation, like protecting houses, but I don't know that we necessarily have to go.
You can always start with just a preservation award, and if
Yeah.
it really becomes like a thing.
And like make
kind of
other,
yeah, subcategories.
Yes,
Fair.
that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
think
the
that's a good.
first one is just a
just
general.
like a Littleton Historical Commission Preservation Award.
Sounds perfect.
And then the certificate would say, I don't know what it would say, like, for the preservation and restoration.
Right,
of
right, I
blah,
should say
blah, 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 blah.
For your really good.
Right, for what,
And
right.
the specific date, in general, it could be called simply
Okay, so it's a
Little
very general
Historic
preservation award.
and then
Yeah.
for the preservation of the.
All right,
the-
so Sam,
the
you'll
house.
work together on looking at a certificate?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you wanna send me what
Yeah, I'll
you
send that.
got, and then we can, I can look at
Sure.
that and send around some wording and see if we can
Sounds good.
agree on that.
Okay. So I put down town meeting just in case anyone knew of anything this commission would want to discuss about it. Apparently the draft warrant is not available yet. I actually was at town clerk's office today, and they said it's not available, so I don't know what's on it, so it's kind of hard to know what this commission might want to comment on, but
The big thing is the Shaker Lane School.
yes.
Does everybody know about the
Mm-hmm.
Shaker Lane School? We're supposed to spread the word.
All I know is they're proposing to build a new one, that's.
Yeah, well, that's more than some people know, so.
And they're
More than
having,
some people know.
Oh,
they're having another educational or informational meeting October 21st or something like that. So, yeah. All right, anything else on town meeting? We don't really know. All right. I'm gonna jump for now to the historic markers. Did anyone get a chance to drive by Parley Lumber?
Very hard to find.
I was-
Correct.
Yeah,
I was
really,
with my husband and we were
Yeah.
like, where is it?
It's just overgrown.
I found a picture of it online and I was like, okay, it's by a fence, we were able to kind of triangulate, but
Super
yeah.
hard to find, super overgrown.
it's more that it's overgrown than that it's difficult to, because it's right there. I don't know how we missed it.
It blends.
It does, when it's covered in camouflage.
Yeah, so you think if it was cleared out, it would be pretty visible where it is?
Well, it used to be much more, like, it certainly was much more visible. I'm assuming when Parley was in business, like, they must have cleared that all up, because definitely I've noticed a lot of overgrowth in the past few years, and I think I have a picture of it from pandemic or pre-pandemic, and it's,
You don't have it available, do you?
I have it right here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
2017 is the street view. I don't know if anybody can see.
Yeah.
it.
That would have been handy to look at.
That would have been what?
It's way more visible there than it is at
Yeah.
present.
it definitely has gone overgrown in the past few years.
That does look much more visible.
It's just 'cause it's all cut down.
So what do you think? You think if we cleared it out, it would be visible?
Well, I mean, the property owner would have to
It's,
or whoever.
it's water department right
Oh,
now.
so it's just.
Oh, I dropped it.
Can you
Is
talk
the
to them
thought
about
to do anything with that
So
property,
this-
or are we just kind of trying to do the sign just because, or is anything going to happen? to the
No,
property?
well, we don't know what the future is. The water department has it right now. We don't know what the future is. So here, take a look.
Like, yeah.
So it is possible what you're saying, that if it was cleared out, maybe it would be visible enough.
Yep.
However, my other thought about it was that concrete marker that the plaque is on, I think it's smaller than all the other ones in town.
It is very short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why don't we get one that's at least the size of all the other markers in town? If this one looks tiny, right?
Is it a different material too than the others?
I'm not sure.
Like a bumpy one?
Well,
What?
it's concrete,
Or
but
is
it's
concrete?
It is concrete.
definitely, it's not a smooth concrete
Yeah.
for sure, or maybe it was at one time, it's just been.
You
Wait,
could
say
even
that again? What kind of concrete?
It's just, it's not like smooth.
Oh.
It is very granular.
Yeah.
You could even move it forward a bit, closer to that electric pole, because the town's not gonna hit the electric pole when they're plowing, so
That's
you can move it closer to the street if you really wanted to, I think.
You think? We'd have to maybe make sure that can happen.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a
if it's-
DPW. The other thing was, I was thinking of moving it to the other side. I don't know whether you have pictures.
I was gonna ask that
Yeah,
driveway to the
Yeah,
right of it, so
Yeah.
there's the driveway, could you move it to the other side of the driveway,
That's what
or
I
does
was
that
thinking.
become now that it's marking like a different building? Or is that all part
It
of
was
it?
a site, it was, you know,
There's nothing really, it's a huge
Right.
opening. Hold on.
well, so
Yeah.
sometimes they do drive straight through.
Yeah,
Down kind of that behind the back, and like, 'cause there's the highway there, so sometimes like, I've seen them come straight down, like go straight, so I would worry that it might get hit. I was thinking actually, there's the Mill Hill parking lot parking lot, which is right next to it. I was actually thinking of having it closer there because that's where people do actually stop and get out and walk. And it's still at the edge of the property, and then that is town property. And it might be better just in case the Parley property gets sold. I mean, I know that in theory, like, we'd still be in the right of way, but if the town, if for whatever reason that goes to anybody else, we would still have the marker on town property, and it's,
you think it would be close enough to the property that
I think, yeah, it's
It's right next door?
there, so
right on the edge, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I was looking for it too, cause I was like, this seems cleared out, maybe it's over here, so.
Right, so maybe
There,
that's
that's
like a
where I looked.
natural, it's right, so it seems like maybe it's a natural spot to do
Like
it.
across the little, creek there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
originally I was thinking what you said, the other side, but yeah, maybe.
I didn't know that.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I've
not
definitely have
such a
seen the
great
drive.
place.
Yeah,
to
that
do it.
seems more.
That sounds like a good idea. Does that sound?
yeah, the thing, I'm
Yeah.
really just not happy, we have a whole bunch of them like this. I'm not happy with those, the concrete part, because there's, even the ones that you say are bigger are really still very close to the ground, and I think it's, they sort of have a tendency to get hidden behind vegetation or whatever.
What would be the alternative? Granite?
Well, to have it taller,
Taller,
and you could
yeah.
have you could keep it concrete, but I think you could and have it taller. I'm no expert.
Well, in this case, I think I would like to get a taller one than this one, because this one's so short. So we could get it even taller if we want than the other ones. The other ones, we just replaced the plaques, not the concrete, so that was, because it's an expense to replace the concrete.
Right.
But I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying. So what do you think? Should we look for a taller concrete marker and ask the water department and DPW if it could go by the mill trail thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Or even if not taller, maybe just even more robust, like maybe more, kind of a cube instead of just a slat, it seemed like it was more. I feel like those may be a little bit more noticeable, but also it might be totally fine if we just move it over where there's less vegetation in general.
Okay. All right, I will check with the water department and DPW about location and possibly a taller one.
How are we gonna get a taller one? Are we gonna have
We
to
have to-
get it made from
We'd have to,
aggregate, or do they
Yeah.
make stuff there? Do they still
who,
aggregate,
Right,
Middlesex, do they
we
make
would-
stuff?
I don't know, but I think we would approach them. I would think of approaching them and asking if they're either willing to donate it, or if not, how much would it cost? Or ask the DPW if they have ideas about where we might get one. So,
Is aggregate where, the last time you bought one was a while
I
ago,
have no idea. When did we buy?
2018 or
Do you
something.
remember that? When did we buy it?
Yeah.
What was
But
that
that was the
for?
granite one, wasn't it?
Was it granite?
I think that was granite. I think we bought it from the gravestone guy.
Oh, okay, but that wasn't.
Where did we
super
put that
expensive.
one?
The quarantine
Quarantine.
station.
Oh.
That one's right across the street, well, you two, right across the street from
Yeah.
my house, and that one I noticed.
Yeah,
That's granite?
yeah. Pretty
Nice.
sure.
It is.
well, I think we were able to get funding from somebody or other because it was
Insurance.
broken by somebody, insurance paid for it.
And I think though, it wasn't, because Andrew Samarco got the quote, and then like the next time you went to get a quote, it had jumped way up.
Right.
And I think that was why we stopped looking at the.
Yeah, that might be why, but
That one's not on anybody's property per se, but it's well kept. So I don't know, it's just a matter of, that one's probably in a fine spot.
The granite one.
The lumber one, the
You think
lumber one,
it's-
even if it's were to stay there, it's
Mhm.
just, if it was
Yeah.
upkept, it would be visible. It's
Mhm.
really all it is. So it's, if somebody buys the property or whatever.
So what do you guys think of just like what he's saying, just leave it the way it is there, or?
I'm all for moving it too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it's well kept, it's still visible, so.
But it is so small.
it is really.
It's-
I'll look into,
I'm fine moving. it.
Options.
I think it's a
Yeah.
good idea, cause you're right, if somebody's driving by, they won't be able to really see it anyway, so
Yeah.
if they're getting out and parking there, they'll
Yeah.
see it there.
Yeah.
yeah,
So.
okay. All right, I'll look into it. Then the next thing for the markers, for the plaques is, I sent out, I don't know whether you have it, I have copies, hard copies, revised text for the Praying Indian Village plaque. If anyone wants hard copies, I have some.
Good,
You
thank
got
you.
them? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay. So. So the first thing is to see if you all feel okay with the edits, which are from Dan Badillion and Strong Bear, who was part of the Neshoba tribe in Littleton. He actually moved back to Littleton a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. Just so you know, the last sentence, I don't think they actually asked us to include the last sentence. Native Americans continue to be seen seasonally and yearly at the 500 acres until approximately 1850, but I thought that would be a good piece of information to include. So I put it in there. So any thoughts on the actual content of the edits?
Did you pass that last sentence by Dan?
He gave it to me.
Oh.
It was in his notes to me.
Oh, okay.
What were the highlighted sections?
Those were the edits,
Their edits?
yes.
No, sorry, where it's the to be seen and yearly, the ones at the bottom.
Oh, I'm sorry, right. That's right. I thought maybe we could improve on the wording of to be seen
Yes.
and maybe improve on the wording of yearly or something.
I think you could just delete both of those highlighted sections. Just continued living seasonally,
Yeah,
maybe even on the 500 acres.
So what does that mean? And yearly, like they live there all year round, I guess, seasonally and all year round. I think that's.
Is that what they were trying to
I
say?
think so, but I don't know that we need to.
Then we could probably
say all that.
leave out seasonally and yearly and just say Native Americans continued living.
Yeah, yeah, you agree?
Mhm.
I think so.
Yeah, it doesn't really make the to be seen. Yeah, like it's a weird sentence.
Right. I agree. I
And would it
agree.
be at or on the 500 acres?
Native Americans continued living.
It's on the 500 acres until.
That's fine,
On?
but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
On the 500-acre children. Okay, good, because that would also get rid of some words, because it
Yeah.
becomes very wordy. It might not fit at a good type, type size with all those words. All right, so what about other wording on this?
well, I assume something was done here, but what is it? Well, first of all, okay, so the first sentence, then the second sentence isn't a sentence.
Included, right?
There's no subject,
Well, we could say this included, or
Yeah,
the reservation.
whatever.
Yeah.
But something, and
Um,
then. Oh, I see, some of this is crossed out.
I think the rest of the edits are,
Deeded in 1734 by Sarah Doublet to the Jones family in trade for her upkeep in her old age. Okay. Continued living at the 500.
what we're saying on the 500 acres. So what about, I was thinking maybe we could improve on the in trade for her upkeep in her old age, or is that the best we can word it?
I would say in return, but if you want to say.
In exchange.
that's-
Yeah, exchange. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
Rachel?
Mhm.
You're okay with it?
Yeah, it is wordy, but. No one's gonna drive by and read the first one as it is, so it is kind of a like,
Right.
as long as it all fits. Without
Well,
being too.
that's the thing. I'm gonna talk, so are you guys okay with the content?
Yeah.
The revisions, yes. So I'm gonna talk to the manufacturer and see if they think all of this would fit at the type size we have for all
and
the
they
other
send you
ones.
like a proof, so do they?
Yes,
usually-
they
okay.
send a proof, yes. But of course, when the proof comes in, I guess we could blow it up to the real size and see what it looks like, But, anyway, okay, so
What's the size of the sign?
I'm trying to remember. I don't have it in front of me. I mean, I probably do have it in front of me, but I'd have to look it up.
Mhm.
I don't know. I could let you know.
Yeah, because then I could at least, I could get it on two pieces of paper and get it the right size and we can like look at it from a distance.
Okay,
So we
that'd
can
be
do that.
great. Okay. I will do that. I'll send you the size.
Okay.
So Jonathan, and I don't disagree, but it does add words. He wants us to put in a subject for the second sentence unless we can combine it with the first, which we might. This marks the approximate northwest boundary of the 500-acre reservation set aside in 1714 for descendants of the Neshoba Praying Indians and included portions, how about
Or
that?
which included,
Yeah, I like which.
Which
or you could also just make it two sentences and say it included
Yeah,
ordinance,
either.
whichever.
Is it okay? Does that work for everybody?
Either of those is good.
It's
by
less
me.
letters, if that matters.
Yes, right.
Either of those is good by me.
What was the first one?
Which
Oh,
included.
which would you like?
I like it.
Okay, it included, okay, all right, everything, okay. All right, good. So I'll talk to manufacturer and I'll send Chris the size and we'll see if we think it'll all fit. Okay,
Can I make one
Yeah,
other comment though? I had noticed that there was no subject, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
a weird editor.
no,
I had
no,
noticed that there was no subject in the second sentence, but there was also no subject in the third sentence, so I thought that that
oh,
was
you're
fine.
right,
So
good
you
point,
should maybe make it was deeded or something like that.
good point.
Well, there, I think maybe that's too many sentences to just say and.
And was deeded.
Yeah.
Wait, where would you, so,
And
It included portions of
Yeah.
Lake Nagog and Foot Pond
was deeded.
and was no, that's,
no,
no, because they're two really different thoughts.
right, it
Or
was,
but it did, deeded in 1734. Uh,
The land included portions of Lake Nagog and Fort Pond.
yeah, you could do that. Or the other way,
what's the other way?
I'm trying to, sorry.
Yeah, I like the other way better, actually, because I think
Yeah, deeded in 1734
Deeded
to
and
St.
then
Dublin to the
what
Jones
happened later.
family. Comma, Native Americans continued to be, does that make it? I'm trying to look through all these edits.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, deeded in
You- okay.
1734 by Sarah Doublet to the Jones family in exchange for her upkeep in her old age, comma, Native Americans continue to be seen living,
Or continue to be living.
or continue to be living on the 500 acres until.
That works for me. Does that work for you? Combine the last two
yeah,
sentences.
yeah,
Does that work, Rachel?
I think that's good.
It is still weird to kind of have the like just included portions of Lake Nagog, like that sentence is. You said without a. Subject, it's.
What's
Yeah,
that?
well, no, so it would be it included.
It include, okay, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
okay, it includes.
Yeah, so
Alright.
that was my point, is if we're gonna
Yeah.
make that a complete
Yeah.
sentence, then we
Yeah.
need to make
It
the next one.
included.
Carolyn, any thoughts?
No, that's good.
I like that,
Good, thank you. We have another editor. Yay!
Linda.
All right, good. That's great. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. So, before we go to the meeting minutes for July and August, which we should review and hopefully approve tonight, I think we should discuss, which is on the agenda, 461 King Street, which is the First Baptist Church building. It's in the center of town, next to,
Like the corner of Goldsmith Street and King Street.
yeah. So we've heard it is going to be sold. No one has really
the
seen
church building
the
or,
church.
Yeah.
All right,
It's still a functioning church, right?
yes,
This is sort
but
of-
they
yeah,
said they're,
They've lost their congregation. They can't afford to keep it up.
so, we should keep an eye on it, but in addition to just keeping an eye on it, we don't think it's up, for sale yet. But we should keep an eye on it. But what I found out today is that we believe the clock tower of this church was paid for with CPC funds in 2012. So does that mean, the Community Preservation Act requires that if the building was paid for in part with CPC funds, there should be a historic preservation restriction on it. My question is, and we need to look into this, I think, does a clock tower carry as much weight as, acquiring or restoring or rehabilitating the building itself? versus a
Well, the clock
clock tower.
tower is an integral part of the building, so I think it does. I don't think you can separate the clock tower from the rest of the building. I mean, it's not like it's a separate structure or something that's.
So if we find out that because of this, it does have to have some sort of historic preservation restriction, can that restriction only talk about preserving the clock tower, or can it talk about other parts of the building? We don't know that. What do you think? Yeah,
I mean, there you'd have to find somebody who knows.
right. I'm gonna be talking to Shanti tomorrow. I'm gonna ask her that question. She may know something. Shanti's our consultant. You'll meet her at some point.
I think it's a part of that build, I mean, that's.
What's that?
I think the clock towers and integral part
Right.
of that build. I think it's very, very much so, but.
And what were you saying?
I would agree.
But the question is, if we have to put I think we do, the town has not done this, I believe, and we will need to do that, I think.
Mhm.
Put a preservation restriction on it, because,
Yeah.
I mean, somewhere in here I have something that says, I'll send all of you some of this, but it says, real estate this is from the Community Preservation Act. Real estate interests financed in whole or in part with CP fund monies must be bound by a permanent restriction, recorded as a separate instrument, which limits the use of the property to the purpose for which it was acquired. So that's a little, what does that mean? That it can only be a church, or it can only be a clock tower? I mean, we have to find all this out, I think.
Maybe it has to appear as a church, but it can.
I don't know.
So it was, so funds were just used for the clock tower and not.
That's my understanding, but
Okay.
we will,
Fixed it too. It's not like they bought the clock tower.
they fixed it.
They fixed it.
Okay, I think. I would think that it would be that basically, if they were to do anything to the building, that the clock tower would have to stay, like they couldn't. Demolish the building and, or, redo the facade and take up the clock tower. Tower would have to stay because CPC funds were used. I mean, if the house, at the building. Is the building on the building should be on Macris, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I mean, they would have to come in front of us regardless, but I think we would have a little bit more.
I'm not sure if they would.
Well, sorry, if something was to happen to the building. They'd have to come in front of us,
Whoever was the owner at the time.
yes, to
Well,
the
this-
owner.
Could be a new owner.
Yeah, so there's a thing in here about perpetual restrictions or a term restriction. However, when it comes to smaller projects for privately owned resources, such as a facade rehabilitation for a property owned by a nonprofit, which would be like the church, the CPC may decide to implement a term restriction instead. After all, it may not make sense for a small nonprofit to accept a permanent restriction on their property in exchange for a small CPA grant. In these cases, CPCs should try and match the length of the restriction to the useful life of the asset. So if repairs from a rehab project are expected to last 20 years, then a 20-year term restriction could be required in order for the grant to be approved.
I also don't know a ton about the restrictions that come with that, but is it, I don't know if anyone has an understanding of, is it just the clock tower that has to be
That's what we don't know.
preserved? Because I'm looking at their website now and it looks like they have stained glass windows that are valued at over $100,000. So I don't know if that's like, say someone bought it and said, fine, we'll keep the clock tower as is. Can they destroy the windows if they want to, or is that? No,
Yeah.
I think I would argue that because all the CPC funds paid for was the clock tower, then that's all we would have jurisdiction over.
That's my hunch,
I would
but
think.
we don't know for sure, but that's right. Is that your hunch
That's
too?
my hunch too.
And I think term restriction might be more appropriate for this project, because it was only $25,000, I think, for the clock,
But that's not too.
to fix the clock tower, right? That's Andrew Smartma thought it was about that amount. Did you ever find?
I don't.
No.
No, I don't. That would be.
So if it was that small an amount, then Probably be a term restriction for 20 years or something like that. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I mean, I just don't know what they did at the time.
So we have to find out quite a bit about this. This is turning into much more of a research project.
And it's really, that's a toughie because it's really, churches are really hard to preserve. Unless you can get another religious organization.
Well, they could do something else with it, as long as the historic aspect of it.
They
is
could, but
preserved.
yeah, they
But it's
could.
just the clock tower.
But the problem is that it's very hard to do something with buildings like churches
Right.
because, you got these big open spaces and what are you gonna do? I mean, there've been a few very imaginative cases where people have made residences out of churches. But I don't think that's,
Restaurants can do well.
Hmm?
Restaurants can do well on that.
yeah, well.
Does it make any?
Apparently, well, you're too
Okay.
young to even know this, but apparently Alice's Restaurant was an old church.
That's right.
You know about Alice's Restaurant? You weren't even born
I
when,
wasn't born, but I still know it.
oh,
Everybody sings it every Thanksgiving.
Oh, my God.
No.
What, does it make any sense for us to contact the current owner and let them know that this is an issue and we're looking into it? Just so that they don't think they can just sell it to anybody and nothing, they have no restrictions?
It would be good if they had any records of the work that was done.
Yes, that's true.
That we would need copies of that.
I think that's a great idea. Okay.
Did they ever get work done on the stained glass window? Like, is that something?
I'd say, it just said they have been properly insured.
Okay.
So other churches we did, but not this
Yeah,
one?
and shortly after that, they stopped doing churches altogether. 'Cause
Right.
that was that big issue.
Yeah.
Churches.
it was that Supreme
Yeah,
Judicial
legal.
Court
Yeah.
case, which ruled that was proper, though I think they sort of watered it down a little bit,
Yeah.
but basically it's still not permitted as I understand it.
And we did the stained glass windows at the Congregational Church, and I don't know if we put restriction on that or not.
I thought we had, I mean, I really don't remember that, though that's rather more recent.
Yeah, because I think I was on the committee, you must have been there too, because you've been there a long
Yeah,
time.
I personally don't remember us putting a preservation restriction. I don't know if we knew much about preservation restrictions at the time. Now we know a lot more about them.
Right.
But back then, I don't think we were, and legally, where does it say? It's, unless you have the preservation restriction, it's not a finalized transaction. Let me see where it says, you know what I'm talking about? Let's see.
The windows might not be, I mean, it says that the replacement value is roughly 100,000 and whenever this was written. Oh, an insurance review in 1992, so take that as you will. But they're not, it says they're in like the style of Lafarge and Tiffany, but they don't know who the artist is and there's no record. And it's not
Probably somebody could, actually, that's something.
We're
that
probably
Doug
looking at
might
like
do.
200 now, maybe, assuming they're valued the same.
They sell the window, like, I know that sounds crazy, but like, did they sell the window?
I have no idea if churches have like some sort of,
Underground window.
Well,
Read
actually, we.
or like an ethical, like,
Yeah, we. inquired
can you
about-
sell parts of your church?
Oh, I would
think.
assume, yeah, cause I don't know,
I
but I
know.
would assume that is there a gogoverning body?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
like
Baptist society.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the Baptist Society.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either, but we inquired about the archives, so,
Yeah.
we could keep whatever archives you have, and Lyle told me that they would go to the American Baptist.
Yeah,
Society.
churches tend to have their own.
Yeah, so whether they would grab
They would come and take the
they would
windows.
take the
away.
windows, but the windows would be really cool for us to have.
Yeah.
They're dedicated to townspeople.
Yeah, no, they're very specific.
Yeah,
It'd be cool if they figured out that like, oh, actually Tiffany can.
yeah.
Yeah.
They would be selling, they might be able to keep their church.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's not something that like the historical society could be all right, could you take them? If a developer, like, if it gets sold, they're
Yeah.
like, could you lobby to have them removed and donated to you?
I think we would.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but
you have the
Yeah.
space for them?
we'd find the space.
Okay.
But you know, you'd like to have them displayed, and that's really,
Well, that's the hard
really
part.
tricky,
Yeah.
Unless we write it
aside
down.
from where they are.
Oh,
We could put them in our building.
be right in Ponza.
Tough, I mean, it's tough to. Somebody has to be really imaginative to do something, I mean, you know, there are. Certainly there are examples around here, I mean, just in Groton, there's of course I think that's the Baptist church actually too, that Paul Matisse bought. But who knows what'll happen when he goes, I mean.
Right.
You know, because, I mean, again, I don't know, but. You know, he was using the below floors area for a workshop and so on, and some of the rear places and such for his residence, but the main, what do you call it, what's the proper word?
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, the main sanctuary. I mean, once upon a time, there would be concerts there every few months, so only a handful a year. Otherwise, I don't know if it was used at all.
And the parking is so atrocious. It would.
Yeah. I don't know whether that's good or bad.
You'd make a good restaurant space.
Hmm. So I think I'll contact the owners, that makes sense, and see if we can get information on what work was done on the clock tower.
Did I send you the letter that we had received?
I think you did, but could
Yeah.
you send it again?
Yeah, and that, I think the.
Oh, it said in
the
there?
Select board, the Community Preservation Committee and another entity got a letter saying that this was gonna happen. So that would tell you who sent the letter.
Okay, all right, great. All right, I'll do that. So we have some research to do, we figured this out.
Yeah,
But it should have a preservation restriction, if a term, even if it's a term one,
It's like whatever.
right, right.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, right? Did you want to say something?
no, it's really, I mean, church buildings are among the ones that you most want to preserve, but they're also hardest to find reuses for.
Yeah,
Because, but just by their very nature, those big sanctuaries are not useful for much other than, you know, churches or assembly halls or something like that. I mean, after all the old town churches, they were called meeting houses. And,
right.
you know, if somebody wants a meeting house for some reason, they have that, but.
All right, shall we move on to minutes?
Yeah.
So we have the July 9th, 2025 minutes, which Chris has amazingly done it. He edited it from AI, and then I edited what he sent me. So does everyone have, I forgot to bring copies, so does everyone have it on their
You sent it.
computer? I have it right here if you want to look at it.
Okay.
But I forgot to make hard copies.
In the edits, I will just say my last name is spelled wrong. Not a
Oh,
big deal at all,
so
but
sorry.
it's fine.
Where are we?
The
How do you spell it?
EK at the end.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I get that
It was
all the
AI.
time.
AI misspelled it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll just blame AI.
Yes.
Right. Oh, I couldn't say more.
It's
Okay.
the more popular spelling, so I do not blame it.
That's weird.
There you go.
I know, but I didn't keep track of changes for some reason. All right. Whatever. Okay. All right. Anything else? Sorry. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Which one are we reviewing?
July.
Just, okay, and number 5, the sign and we will.
Sign and, oh, just to get rid of the capital A or more than that?
I think, yes, get rid of the capital A
Okay.
and put a space there.
Put a, yes, yes.
My name is spelled wrong.
Oh, no, yours is where?
Number 6.
Sorry. Okay,
Well, this was done by AI, right?
AI, then Chris, then me. We'll blame AI.
Please.
Oh, and number 2.
Number 2,
It is spelled wrong on 1 though, the roll call, is right.
okay, got it. Whoops. Okay. That's it. Yeah, okay.
Was there,
Any other comments? Looks okay. Do I have a motion to accept the July 9th meeting minutes?
so moved?
Second,
Second,
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, good. Okay, I corrected the name issues and, oh, while I'm thinking of it, we're gonna look at the August ones too, but I'll send you whatever, unless you already have the corrections for the names.
I think I have most of them, but if you want to send.
Okay, I'll send to you.
Double check.
Yeah, that's fine. And then you're supposed to post them somewhere.
Yeah.
But do you know where?
You're supposed to send them to, there's like,
You can upload them on the.
yes, you can upload them. I think it has to be a Word document that like uploads them and then makes them a PDF. And
Oh,
I think it has to be a Word document
Okay.
Does,
Yeah.
so you know where to do that?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, if you don't know where to do that, can he ask you? Cause I don't really know where to.
I think
I mean, I never do it.
I know, but you've done it once.
No.
I've done it
I've done it.
before.
I think
I've
I've
done
seen
it
it.
before.
I
think
do
I've
it, so you can.
Okay.
email me if you want.
What?
I do it first. you
Oh,
can-
okay, so if
It's
you have any
pretty, I do
problems,
remember it was pretty easy to find on the
Yeah.
website.
Okay.
Like,
if you can't find it, let me know and we'll figure it out.
I'll fit.
All right,
I have years of them. I have to still post. Years. I love them all.
you're being recorded.
I know. I should know. You guys kept making me clear. You guys, this is.
That's why we have Chris now.
They're all done, just email them.
I know.
They're all what?
They're all done, just email them.
Yeah. Should.
Yeah, email them to,
Andrew Samar.
oh, did you?
It's true. Yeah. I
Would
should.
you
I
mind?
should.
That would be very helpful,
I'll share
actually.
them on Dropbox or something and be like, you figured this out.
Yeah,
And
no, that would be great. It's his job.
Yeah, this is.
good luck.
Okay, now let's look at the August 13th minutes. Now this thing here is. All right, let's see. Everybody have that, the August 13th minutes?
Elizabeth's name
I was
is.
gonna say, my name is the same here too. Sorry.
Rachel,
I'm sorry.
right?
At least you were consistent.
Yeah, right.
This one though, so yeah, we're.
Oh, good.
My name's right.
Let's see.
Now here it's Friday.
So, you go.
Yep.
No? Like that? Hmm?
Okay,
Yeah.
So,
Where's that?
at the end, action items, says
Mhm.
members to conduct a plan has two ends.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? Do I have a motion to approve the August 13th minutes?
so moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good. So I'll send you those two, but it's very minor stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So. Rachel did send us Jen's survey for the, of the historic properties, her report, but I haven't looked at it. I don't know if anyone else had a chance to look at it. If you guys, yeah, no, Chris, no, no.
I did,
You
yeah,
did.
yes.
Any,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think she did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
think,
should, consider some of the things she was saying.
yeah.
Not that we don't have a lot of other things.
I know.
I feel like what we had discussed and kind of the reason that we pulled it back out was the historic district. She did definitely recommend that we create one. She kind of threw out a few options, though. There wasn't any particular place that it seemed like, and this is absolutely where it should be. But it was definitely the town to think about this. There isn't one, it should be done. So I think that was what the discussion was, that she recommended it. And she does, I mean, but it's not as hard-lined about like where.
Right. Any thoughts about where in terms of what she's, her report?
She had more like the Lake District area over there and maybe like the town center, the commons.
Well, she was suggesting, if I remember rightly, that for the Lake District and also for some of the areas like that, the Baldwin Hill development, that we think about some kind of, and I guess we should really talk, I mean, maybe Shanti has some thoughts, or other commissions might have some thoughts about some kind of historic district or some kind of district that's not like a traditional historic district. You know, because, you don't have in those cases the usual sort of buildings that everybody immediately recognizes as, oh, this should be a historic district. But in both cases, you have examples of developments that are important and worth preserving in some way or other. It's not, I mean, it's not clear to me, I don't think it was clear to her, how you do that. It certainly doesn't fit the usual categorization of a historic district, which sort of sprang originally from, I know, Beacon Hill and Cape Cod and a few places like that. And we've continued on that path, but now we have some other areas that we should in some way think about, but I don't know if anybody's come up with ideas about how you think about them. If anybody has, probably it's more kind of like modern architects or you know, or some kind of, somebody, you know, urban planners or people like that who maybe thought about some of those things. I really don't know them.
All right. Well, keep it on the back burner.
Yeah,
You know, I think part of, we brought that up because there's that deadline for the state grant. I don't think we have the bandwidth to try to get a proposal in by when, November or something.
Yeah, it was November.
I just don't think, does anyone want to take it on? No. Okay. So that's it, unless anyone has any outreach educational activities to discuss.
it's actually, now that I think about it, Chris's neighborhood would lend itself to that kind of a designation as well. I mean, again, there are all those, you know, those barns scattered around, which I used to drive by without ever thinking about them until Chris started sort of talking about it. And then you realize, well, this is something that was significant, and there should be some way of doing something about it. Again, it's not what you think of when you think about a traditional historic district, but
Also by the train station there, a lot of those houses right around that train station are the same houses.
The old, yeah.
not the current station.
No,
no,
You mean the depot?
Yeah,
I want
they're
them to
not.
be a diner so
I
bad,
know.
yeah.
What's that?
I want it to be a diner so bad, like,
Some of them have been upkept pretty well, some haven't, but it's all the original houses, it looks like, so.
Yeah.
And one of them was recently really fixed up after you thought it was falling apart, sort of right next.
Victorian or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's nice. Yeah,
That was nicely done. Yeah, so there's,
Preservation Award.
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely, good, yeah.
what did you say, Carol?
You should have a preservation award.
Yeah,
Whoever did that,
what an idea.
yeah. Right. All right, anything else before we have a motion to adjourn? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
yeah, we have to think of next.
Oh, next meeting. I don't usually, right, next meeting.
October 8th.
Is that good for, oh, you won't be
You
here,
won't be here.
right? So is that good for, no, it's all right, good for everyone else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep, I think that's good. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Great,